station. We had to leave because we kind of worried we're gonna get stuck on the grass, but luckily we made it out. Yeah, it's raining like crazy, but we're now on our way to Abercrombie, North Dakota, and we have about a 3-hour drive left, and weather still looks like it's gonna stay the same, but we'll see when we get there. Our driver's doing a good job, all focused and smiling. We made it to Abercrombie. We're staying at a beautiful park with a museum. Everything's currently closed still, and we're actually only once here in the park. Our host allowed us to come in, so this is great. Going on a stroll with the puppies, let them empty their bladder. And we were driving through the rain all day, and now it's cloudy, but it stopped raining, which is amazing. Alright guys, we're making dinner. I was thinking I'm gonna make a Buddha bowl with falafel, like a tahini yogurt lemon sauce or something like that. I just can of chickpeas. I'm just gonna put these in a bowl and I'm just gonna mash them with a fork. So now I'm just gonna chop everything fairly small. I have onion, garlic, and I have some parsley and mint. I'm just gonna chop all of that and just add it to my bowl. I have my mix here. It's chickpeas, onion, garlic, fresh mint, fresh parsley, fresh cilantro, and then a bunch of spices, chickpea flour, also baking powder, and then I have like cumin. I have like a spicy salt, pepper, a little smoked paprika. You can really add anything you like. I just added what I had, and I'm just gonna mix this together. Like I said, the blender would be great, but I'll see if I can mix it with my hands. I just mashed this with my hands. I think this looks pretty good. I'm just gonna put this in the fridge to set a little, and I'm gonna work on my other things. Potato, I'm just gonna use that as the carb starch for my Buddha bowl. This challenge, you guys, is where did I put everything? Where is the peeler? Here it is. Right, so I'm just basically dice this kind of small, just so it cooks fairly quickly in the oven. All on a tray now with some olive oil, and I'm gonna hit them with some pepper and some salt, and then I'm gonna pop them in the oven. In there. Made a tahini sauce. It has chives, tahini, lemon juice, salt, pepper, honey. It's really good. So sweet, sour, creamy, perfect to sprinkle over. But I've diced my tempeh. I'm just gonna add some olive oil to a pan along with my tempeh. Beautiful. And I'm just gonna add some spices. I have this all-purpose seasoning that I always use. It has some salt, pepper, and some dried herbs. I'm gonna add some pepper, and then also some salt. And we just keep tasting and seasoning, because tempeh, just like tofu, doesn't really have, you know, an own flavor, and it also tastes a little tangy and sour because it's fermented. We're gonna add this little sweet and smoky seasoning that gives it a little barbecue taste, and it has it's a little sweet in it too, which balances out the tanginess of the tempeh, and it kind of almost tastes like little bacon bites in there. So we're gonna add that too. Right, I'm just gonna chop my shiitake mushrooms, you guys. So I told you guys, this park is still closed, and the museum and all stuff, and we looked into the window and I saw they had an Abercrombie Park Museum cookbook, and I was like, oh man, that's a bummer. They're gonna open like in a week from today, or tomorrow, yesterday, a week from yesterday. That's so bummer, we gotta come back. So my husband just met like the host or guardian of the park, and he brought us the Abercrombie Park cookbook. How cute is that? I'm sure these things aren't vegan, but that's no problem at all, because first of all, Justin isn't vegan, and second of all, I know how to veganize things, guys. But they have baked cheese macaroni, baked rice, 10-layer slow cooker dish. Wow, apple crisp, like pies, all kinds of things in there. How cool is that? That's so cool.
And how nice of your husband.
Yeah, thank you. I will really, really appreciate this forever. Back to cooking. My tempeh is nice and brown. So I'm just gonna add my mushrooms. Take my tomatoes. I'm probably gonna use them all just because this one's smashed and then the others are soaked. So I'm just gonna cut these. I'm gonna leave the flesh in because the juices are gonna be amazing with everything else. Alright, tomatoes are in, mushrooms are in, everything's in except for the spinach. I just want to cook this down for a little bit so that the juices of the tomatoes can kind of combine with everything and the tomatoes can cook down. I'm just going to add a little bit more salt and pepper. While this is cooking down a little, I prepped the food for the puppies. Alright, huh? And go, guys. Add my spinach. I'm just gonna do the whole bag. Looks great. I just added a little bit more salt and pepper and tasted it, and I'm just gonna set it aside. Cook the sweet potatoes out of the oven. They look great. I'm just gonna set them aside, and I'm gonna start making my falafel. I just filled a little bit more oil than I usually would in a pan, and I'm just trying to make the falafels like super small and just like pan fry them a little bit and then pop in the oven, because in the RV I do not want to have a huge pan of oil like this size. Is it in there? I just turned those and that's holding together super nicely. They're also browning. Obviously I won't get the full brown I think that I would get if I had a pot to put it in. I do, but again I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna do this with all of them and then pop in the oven. I'm gonna pop the sweet potato and the falafel in the oven so the falafel can bake a little more, and then I'm gonna heat that up before I plate, and I'm gonna make Justin's fried duck egg. And then we should be good to eat. Justin's plate is plated. We have the falafels, we have the sweet potatoes, tahini lemon garlic sauce, the tempeh, spinach, mushrooms, and tomato. And then also some avocado and some cucumber and radishes and the egg on top. You need silverware.
I do need silverware.
Okay. And then here you got my plate. It's the exact same one, just without the egg, and I also added some chili oil. I'm just gonna sit down and enjoy this, and then just probably gonna make a snack. The apples and the biscuit butter, the sea salt and the walnuts, and Justin's just gonna have some cookies and ice cream. This face means cookies and ice cream and a little drizzle of honey. Myself, I have another big bowl of apples and biscuit butter and some sea salt for a nightcap snack. See you tomorrow.